Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Hugo Valentin, and today we have a review of the movie Pickup. Alright, let's see. Okay, Google, tell me a synopsis of the movie Pickup.
The Pickup follows two mismatched armored truck drivers, veteran Russell, Eddie Murphy, and rookie Travis, Pete Davidson, whose routine cash pickup goes awry when they are ambushed by ruthless criminals led by the cunning Zoe, Keke Palmer. The heist quickly spirals into chaos, forcing the unlikely duo to navigate dangerous situations and clashing personalities as their bad day keeps getting worse.
Alright, so that's the synopsis. You got Eddie Murphy, right? Eddie Murphy, right? And you got Pete Davidson and this girl. What was her name? Damn it. But anyway, so the whole movie starts with Pete Davidson and a security guard. So he's basically an armor guard, right? So he's in a bank picking up some packages, and this girl, what is it, Keke Palmer? So she comes in, and then she pretends she's giving him a note to like go out. Oh, welcome to spoilers alert. I'm sorry. If you guys are watching this, that means that you already watched the movie or you don't care about knowing what's going on. But so she goes in and she gives him, she's like, read the note, and then as she says read the note, he's like, everybody get down. He starts pointing at her, get down, she's crazy. And then he's like, yo, she's like, just read the note. He's like, nah, get down, she's crazy, she's trying to run. And then he opens the note, it says, call me, and that's her phone number. And he's like, oh. So they go on a date. So they're dating and stuff, and then they're on a dinner. And he's like, all right, well, I mean, they're closing the thing, so I guess we gotta go home. And she's like, what? It doesn't end here. Let's go to my place. And then they go to a place and stuff, and then then when that happens, he comes back to work and he's like, yo, I just smashed the chick, blah blah. So he's all happy and stuff. And Eddie Murphy, then they shows him with his wife, and it's their anniversary. So then they're going through that. Oh, today's anniversary. He takes the ring and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna take this. And then he didn't tell her, but I guess he's gonna fix it or something. I don't know what he did with it, but refaced it. I don't know. Maybe he added something to it. I don't remember. But he goes on the thing, and he's about to retire after this, I think. So he goes. Oh no, he has 6 months to retire, but it's his anniversary, so he has to get back. He goes. The boss is like, oh, you gotta work. You got a long job. He's like, oh, but my anniversary is tonight. I can't do a long job. He's like, hey, do you want to leave? Do you want to get fired, or you want to do the job? He's like, all right, I'll do the job. And then he has to do it with Pete Davidson. So Pete Davidson's over there, and he's there. They get in the armored truck. They're about to go do pickups, and then out of nowhere, the truck gets robbed by some criminals, which is the girl and a couple of guys that she hired. And it's this girl that he met at the bank, and she set everything up. And it's a lot of action. It's funny. You got Pete Davidson, Keke Palmer, and Eddie Murphy. Like, everybody's comedians, and they're all funny. So definitely. Oh, big shout out to Pete Davidson. I worked with him the other day. And Eddie Murphy, I worked with him a while back, and we were in New York. It was in the Statue of Liberty. I forgot what it was, like an alien movie or something. I forgot the name of it, but that's where I met Eddie Murphy at. So yeah, it's it's crazy action, a lot of driving cars and crashing and slamming and shooting. So I give this 2 thumbs up. Literally Hugo approved. It's funny. It's not a crazy movie like with plot and stuff. It was good. The movie was just good. It's a comedy, so it's good. Like, if it was a comedy and it wasn't funny, then I'll be like, yeah, don't watch that shit. But it's a comedy. It's funny. The movie was good. And everything was set up right. I loved it. The movie was great. So they're in the bank. They try to rob the truck, and then they rob the truck. And the guy's like, "Let's just give them the truck, dude. Who cares?" Like one of the rules is don't. Oh, that was one of the things. Eddie Murphy was like, "Let's do it by the rules. Let's do it by the rules." And Pete Davidson's like, "Nah, whatever." And then when they're getting attacked and stuff, Pete Davidson's like, "Dude, the rules say just give up the money. Dude, just give up the truck. Don't worry about it. Just give it up." And they're like fighting for the truck and doing mad crazy stuff. So that was the thing. Everybody was fighting and stuff. Come on, you gotta get to your wife, man. It was really crazy. So they robbed the truck. They actually, Eddie Murphy and they basically end up getting rid of the other two guys because, you know, they're trying to take over the truck and then they freaking crash and one of the guys crashes and the other guy crashes and they're all fucking dead. So she ends up getting in the truck and taking over the truck, and then she's like, "You got rid of my guys, so now you guys got to do it with me." So now they're all in it together, and they end up doing. They were like, "We don't have any." They had like a frozen monkey in the truck, and they had like $200,000 or $300,000 in the truck, and the motherfucker started throwing the money out the fucking back of the truck. You don't have anything to rob now, but the whole time they just needed the truck. They needed the truck, so the heist. They realized was the truck. So she took the truck. She had a gun, so she's like pointing at him, "Get the fuck over here." So they took the truck. They went to a mechanic and they painted over the truck. Not the whole thing, just the numbers. So they painted the numbers to make it seem like it was a different truck. Now they take the truck and they go to a casino, which this was the heist because they were gonna pick up. I think it was like $60 million or something. So every Monday in this casino, they pick up $60 million. So that was the heist, not their truck. They just wanted the truck to go do this other heist. So now Eddie Murphy and Pete Davidson has to help her do the robbery. So you know it's not gonna go smooth. They try to run. She's like going with them to the bathroom and shit so they don't escape and doing a lot of funny stuff. So you gotta watch that stuff. Let me know in the comments below if you guys liked the movie or if it was trash. If you guys didn't like it, I liked it. And then they go do that. So they painted the number to make it look like it was the one that was supposed to do the pickup. And then they go do the pickup. And, you know, they go do the heist. They tell you why she wants to rob that place. And the favorite part for me, which is super spoiled, the ending, is how it ended. Because I don't know if you guys saw Den of Thieves, the last one, and it was like, yeah, whatever, I don't want to be a cop no more, I'm gonna go rob it with you guys. And then they rob the place, and then it's like, psych, I was a cop the whole time, you're under arrest. And then nobody gets money. It's like, oh, no. Well, this one at the end is amazing because first of all, the guys come back. They weren't dead. They come back, and then they once they got the money and they robbed the casino, they come back and they crash the damn truck. They crashed the truck, and then they're like, "Oh, we got the money, we got the thing," and then you know, they do everything they gotta do to escape, and then they get away with the money and stuff, and then so Keke Palmer leaves, and then Eddie Murphy's like, "You're not gonna go with her?" He's like, "Nah, I'm not gonna go with that criminal." He's always calling her a criminal. He's like, "What? I can't deal with you. You're a criminal." That shit is funny. I'm sorry. And then she leaves. You know, Eddie Murphy's like, "Yeah, he did a great job, whatever." And then they kept him, and then he retired. So, you know, and one of the things was when Eddie Murphy was in the truck, and Pete Davidson was talking to him, and he's like, "Yeah, I was supposed to be a cop." He's like, "Yeah, you failed the test, so that's why you're doing security." He's like, "Yeah, you're right." And then they started talking about something, and he was like, "Yeah, you add this and this and that," and he was like a genius. Pete Davidson was like a math genius, and Eddie Murphy is like, "What are you doing driving trucks, bro? You're a genius." And he's like, "Yeah, my mom's a cop, my grandfather, everybody was a cop in my family, so I want to make them proud. I don't want to be I don't want to be in computers and stuff." So he's like a genius. So and this had nothing to do with it anyway. It's just his memory is insane. So at the end of it, when she leaves, she gives him her phone number. And the cops come to talk to him, and he just eats that shit. he like ate it, but you know his memory is good, so he remembers that shit. And then like 6 months later, he's been calling her the whole time, but he just couldn't remember the last couple of numbers. He remembered most of it, and then the last couple of numbers he couldn't remember, so he was just going through all the numbers. And he finally called her, yo, whatever. So they talk, and she's like, hey, you still want to come on? He's like, all right. He doesn't say all right like SNL, but he's like, yeah. So he goes, and then so they get together at the end, and then Eddie Murphy receives a package in the mail. He opens that shit, all beat up, mad cash. So everybody wins at the end. Everybody gets money. Everybody rich, famous, not famous, but rich, and they retire. Everybody retires and stuff. So it's a good movie. Love the ending. Hopefully you guys didn't watch this and you haven't seen the movie, because spoilers alert is the name of the show. All right, guys, thank you guys for watching. Tomorrow I'm gonna watch another movie. I don't know, maybe Freaky Friday, or not sure. But I'm gonna keep bringing you reviews, and this was on Netflix, Amazon Prime. I'm gonna put it here. So wherever it was, I'm gonna put it here so that way you guys can see where I watched it at. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe for more videos like these, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.